Hi everyone, here's Simone from Mobile Studio and welcome into this new tutorial. Today, as you can see, we have a stranger here. We are in good company, but so on my left side, as always, must be part of our life is touch designer. In the middle, we have code, and on my right side, we have uh, VS Code. Okay. So today we will speak about a relationship that I would like to achieve between touch designer as a sensor data provider and code as a really good, beautiful physics-based RTX render. I don't know how to describe it, but it's super cool. And how we are communicating between them. The whole project, like plug and play, will be for my Patreon, but as what I learn it for free, and sometimes I also got job with it. I like to share for Karma Point my experience. So without further speaking, let's actually see what code can do without any add of touch design. Can already do a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Let's also present the Omniverse platform briefly. And I must apologize that this little noise on my audio, I tried to delete it in post, but I think I have no time for it. But so my laptop is screaming. I'm recording, running a lot of stuff. So I apologize for the bad audio quality. I hope my voice is nice and clear for you. So this is the Omniverse launcher. You can download this by the link I provided in the description, or just by googling Omniverse. You will be on NVIDIA Omniverse. You will be redirected for sure in the right spot. And once you have this, you can go in catalog. I put it in Italian, so it's catalogo. And you can start to explore all the beautiful apps that are based on Kit. Okay. For this experiment, I am using Omniverse code. I am exploring as well USD Composer. They are pretty similar, and everything here is extension based. And you have the front end developer thingy. It's Python. And backend, you have a super well implemented C++ and all the RTX gorgeousness. I mean, when you buy an RTX powered GPU, you pay those cores. So sometimes they're not used. So those software make usage of it because they are made from NVIDIA to use their new technology about rendering and simulation. As you can imagine, this can only run on Windows. You cannot. I didn't try with an AMD GPU, but I don't think it's possible since this render is RTX based, and Mac is for sure not an option. Okay, briefly describing this. Then we can pass here to code. Okay, so code is as any like software. This is I choose it because it's a bit like the open playground where you can try stuff and crash less. Okay, yeah, happy to found this, and I already set it up also some rendering performance, and you do have access to the new feature. Sadly, you do not have a ray reconstruction, things that is enabling Kit and Composer. Here not, but as you can see, we are using the like a video game, the latest 3.5 DLSS. Okay, so why I'm so hyped? Look at this. I press play, and in my laptop I'm running 45 frames to the formable body and a physics scene with this kind of quality. I mean, it's not bad, eh? Okay. Why I'm so hyped? Because I can use the OSC extension, okay, that after we speak about it, and then I can press play, I can, I don't know, put this on my, put this in the middle as it was. Let's leave code here. And then from Touch Designer, I can send data to this simulation. And as you can see, oops, we're having some error, maybe I'm moving a bit too much. So as you can see, we are playing with the physics in this. I may break this here, so let's try again. Boom. Still keeping a decent amount of frame rate, as you can see here. For me, it's a decent amount since I am on a laptop. Cool things about this, and thinking about an installation, a pipeline, rendering, interactive stuff, is that the Omniverse platform is multi-GPU by default. I try to go full screen with the list with some older version at the time was called Create, then they changed name to Composer, and I had like kind of good result. Then it was crashing for some reason, so I didn't feel to deploy something this, but the render quality is amazing. Okay, and then I discovered that code has this patching speed, so if you set it to 60, you have 60 Hz. If your server can run 60 frames what you try to simulate, then you would go. Okay, nice. So this is what I shared in my paid Patreon section. Actually, it was a simpler scene. Maybe upload this one as well. And why I am achieving this, and you can do everything also without writing something, but I prefer to do this since it's faster, and I will show you how to do it without needing of going deep into the code, but I want to show what I did for my Patreon. So as I said, everything here is based on Python, so the NVIDIA give us the opportunity to do whatever we want with this code, but we have to use it inside here. So I think I'm not breaking any rule, just by creating a convention, okay, an OIC message convention that is actually reading the message, understanding it, and passing the right value in the right place with the right name. Does this make sense? I hope so. Let's briefly go in Touch Designer and explain what is doing what. Okay. So I will. So you have all these things. Okay, are like a placeholder for data in this case. And the main things are happening here. So OSC out. Okay, we have an OSC data that is handling the messagings between the designer and Omniverse. I prefer to keep this not real time for performances, and they also speak better. Yeah. So then I will open the send color text data, and we see what is written inside of it. Okay. It's a simple Python. Okay. I am going to the operator I just showed the data, then I'm taking the color value that are stored in null2, this guy. And then I'm declaring with this strange name v3 call, okay, a list with 3 floats inside that you can imagine can represent a color, an RGB, and yeah, this is why it's packed like this. You need, and if you do this inside of Touch Designer, you don't need to actually tell that this is a float, but because I am then sending it with the OSC that if you do not declare the type, then get passed as a string. I don't want that. I want to they have to be retrieved from the OSC extension Omniverse as float, so you need to declare the type. Then I want to actually specify the attribute name, so how to get an attribute name from code. You can go to this, I'm still simulating for GPU. You can go in stage, okay, then for example, exactly what I'm sending now to move the box is I need to move the ground and the ground collider. They do it differently, since yeah, I mean, this is a mesh, so it's bad. You can texture it, and this is just a plane. It is an invisible plane that it's for ground. It's taking care of the colliding, so you have always a surface where to collide. Okay. And they are they are linked together. And so what I'm sending to these two, how to retrieve the name, so you can just hover the mouse over the parameter label and give it the name. Okay, so now we want to see what I'm sending from Touch Designer. So I'm going here, and I'm sending the rotation to the box, and actually the rotation to this guy, to ground, the ground collider. Rotate X for up, double point, rotate X, Y, Z, and it's a double 3. Double means that it should be 64-bit, I'm pretty sure. And 3 means how many float with this depth the parameter can accept. Nice. So this is actually here be Python. And as you can see, this is taking care of the rotation. So going to the operator, take the rotation data, and then going into the ground. So the address of the OSC message should be the print path in code. Print path, everything inside of a stage. I guess you are familiar with this kind of workflow. You have a viewport, you have a stage, and inside of a stage, everything here is called prim. Right. So you want a prim path, you can just go cube for this is my prim path. Right click, copy to clipboard. Really good. And then maybe you can go here inside Touch Designer, paste it, and do things. So, this is how it's working. So you go to the print path, then you want the name of the parameter that we just discovered, and send the list. Okay, the last number is for size of the list you are sending, and based on the size of the list we are sending, I am understanding how to take the OSC message and sending it to Omniverse, since if it's 3, I'm expecting to have a vec3 here inside, and a vec3 needs to be Pythonized in a certain way. This is what this line of code is doing. If args2, this is the argument 1, this is the argument 0, this is the argument 2, this is the address. Okay, so with this knowledge, look, I cannot zoom here, it's pretty bad, so here I'm getting if is argument 2 is 3, then vectorize the value and set it. Okay, if it's 1, then you're sending one value, it's a float. I left 2 empty since I have no need to send the vec2, but I put a 4 since I didn't see vec4 around, so I want to use it for something else. And if you pass 4, then you need to compile the message as it follows. Okay, then for example, let's go to a cube. If you would have a cube, so better, faster to read. Okay, if you send this with 4, you can send an empty, all empty, and this is automatically toggling um, the visibility. So, but let's try. So I think if I do this, okay, round box. Because I have a dome inside, let's put it outside. Box. Okay, so I want to trigger the visibility of the box. Okay, let's run the server, and how is it named? Is named box. Okay, so easily you can type box with the lower b, and then if I then run this, you see this is a feature you can have. Okay, as I said, everything here is pretty experimental, but I think it's pretty well set it up, and compared to the pipeline you have in Unreal, this is way more faster and scalable. And it's like how much line of code it takes. I don't know, from 85 to 97, so very few lines of code. Okay. So this is the first introduction of a project, and if you want to know more, please leave a comment. I will be happy to know what you think about this. And this scene and the project is for my Patreon, and yeah, for now it's alpha, there's nothing set, but I will update more the touch designer side, since I just engaged this method and I want to have a beautiful list that is representing the stage automatically. Then maybe, I don't know, send you can have a USD scene here and load it automatically, so then magically, as you can do in Unreal, you can pack everything in an Excel by going in Kit and making some adjustment, and then deploy an Excel directly. So we just maybe found an RTX render that we can control from Touch Designer easily. I am pretty happy about this. So thank you for the time, thank you for listening. You're more than welcome to contact me and ask me more about this. I wish you a pleasant continue of your life. Ciao.